pleasures walking into a commentary box here.
That's out of the thing.
But it's good to have you back.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Well, we were just having a conversation as you join us. The Formula Libre is out on circuit. We're saying we don't see Dee-Jay Booysen or Andy Rackstraw, and lo and behold, what rolls on the circuit? Dee-Jay Booysen and Andy Rackstraw. So I look forward to a real competitive race. Heat number 1 for the Formula Libre. Andy Rackstraw now the two-time South African Formula 1600 champion. Basically run 13 out of 14 races this year. So I think it's a right future that means they will come in. Part of the note, because in the last couple of years, depending on the party, and the 9 and 8 really showed his mettle. And just the people might not know, I spoke to Killarney and he's going to GTC. He's actually running GTC this last race. I think it's at Libre Racing. So, like I said, a bright future for the young Andrew Rackstraw, and some great racing after that. So, we see the officials down on second line. Beautiful gear with the Libres. And also showing us very running competitors.
Byron Mitchell. One crash this year as well, but despite that, I think he's actually been doing a sterling job. You know, he's been leading from the front, and what happens is when Andrew Rackstraw is around, then it gets a bit of a challenge. But just going back to Andrew Rackstraw there, Francois, it's actually sad we don't have I'm going to say it, a bigger single-seater scene here in South Africa, because now the GTC's gain is going to be single-seaters loss, Formula 1600s loss. And well, last weekend in the UK we had the 50th anniversary of the Formula Ford Festival, and it just shows you that Formula Ford at one stage was such an important stepping stone to great things in single-seater motor racing. We had some returnees as well. Jan Magnussen, who won it in 1993, was actually 1992, sorry, he came back to the Formula Ford Festival at age 50. Roberto Moreno, who won it in 1980, in his 60s, came back to compete, and that takes a lot of bravery, because you're getting guys coming there against these young hotshots. Remember Jade Kruger a number of years ago? We had him in the British Championship as well. So it's unfortunate, you know, we don't have a big presence as far as single-seater is concerned, but let me tell you one thing, he's going to give it a go as Andrew Rackstraw in the GTC. Hopefully that class can also grow into a great class as well, and you'll be taking on some real talent over there.
Yeah, also nice to see down on the pit here we've got young Troy Dolenchek, also a very avid karter, great racing driver, and he's also now in single-seaters. So we see this progression coming especially from karting, and I've been very fortunate this year to be very involved in the national scene of karting with Rock and Rotax, been around the country, and I can tell you something, there is some serious talent being breeded here in the country at the moment.
I see just a car has been pushed into position there, Francois, the number 7, that is Bertus Engelbrecht in the speeds. That will be pushed into place. We watch there for the number 29 machine as well. That, of course, is Damien White in that Formula GTI. A lot of Formula GTIs, a lot of VW powered cars in this race. Always a lovely mishmash, eclectic bunch of cars. Of course, headed by the Reynards, the Formula VWs that were quite big a number of years ago on the national scene. The Formula Ford Z-Tech. I love the old Z-Techs as well that Troy Dolenchek is in. He's really going to give it horns today. And then we have a number of Formula Fords as well. If you raise Graham Knight out of position at the moment, he's going to be pushed into a grid slot. I see one of the other Formula cars is being pushed in. The number 61 is being pushed in. That's Cyril Somerville in the VW Sting. That has been pushed into positions. There's a bit of a delay at the start at the moment. I see a 7-Up liveried, Jordan 191 liveried Formula Ford is looking to join the field as well in the pit lane. I didn't catch the number on that particular car.
Yeah, it's difficult to see. It looks like that could be, I'm thinking an Hayden Albert. It looks like a 76. I can see it's just really difficult to pick up the number so far away. But yeah, it's a nice field. It's a healthy field to say the least. I mean, I've been absent from the circuit now for a good 8 months, and it looks like it's really growing. And you know, when people sort of, you have conversations, I'm going back about 12 months now, you know, talking to a couple of the guys on the Formula, they said it's going to grow. and man, has it grown. This is a healthy single-seater for, and like you rightly said, it's nice to have a single-seater series because this too in itself is a breeding ground for a great series.
Yeah, you know, overseas as well, there in the UK and Europe, Formula 4 has become the big stepping stone now. And while we have the 5-second board has come up, the lights will go on and go out now, and away we go. Who's going to get it there? Byron Mitchell off the grid already, gets the whole shot into turn 1. Andrew Rackstraw will fall in behind him. A lock up there from Dee-Jay Booysen as well, and then just negotiating. Look at the top 4, Francois, have broken away from the field from a standing start. The rest are just left waiting.
Yeah, we see Dee-Jay Booysen in the second place. Andy Rackstraw's there. Andy's getting a lot of rev there from Troy Dolenchek as they enter Quarry Corner. They roll out there. They're making their way down to the next kink, down to turn 3. And I'm going to show you that, look, Troy Dolenchek, like I said, he knows Andrew. They've raced in different classes down in the karting section, but they know each other too well. Beautiful Kestrel landing here on the commentary box. And what a view. You wouldn't have seen that, folks, but Kestrel landing here on the outside of the comedy box. Absolutely brilliant. Now Byron Mitchell absolutely murders it down towards Fastron Corner, the Tamina Fastron Corner. And pulling away there from DJ. Andy Rackstraw looking a little bit relaxed in third, to say the least, Byron.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to play the waiting game here a little bit as well. It's only the first lap of 8 now. They'll come through Fastron Corner, down to the line they'll then run. Of course, this is the lap from the standing start. Now the real flying laps come. There's a change of surface flag there, Francois. I did see on the screen now as they come onto the main straight. So I don't know if any oil or something or water has been dropped on the circuit somewhere, so they'll be wary of that as well as they go through. There's Dee-Jay Booysen. Frankie was telling us earlier on that his dad, Dirkie, has been suffering some health problems, and it's great that actually he's come to the race day today despite these problems as well, and he's supporting his son.
Yeah, so we wish him all well, that he gets well soon. Dirkie Booysen's been part of the racing scene here at Killarney for a good couple of years. While the cars go around on screen, you can see for the viewers and the viewers that have joined us, welcome folks. Great to have you on board with us. It's a beautiful, I would call it a spring day. It's pretty moderate. There's a little bit of a breeze around. I don't have a jacket on at the moment, but I can feel there's a little bit of a nip in the air, so the Japanese are visiting us today.
A Cape Town spring day. That's a very good. And what happens is we have now Bertus Engelbrecht is being taken over there as Damien White is ahead of them. That's the Formula GTI with the Vodafone McLaren livery. I love the tribute liveries we always have over here, and I think that is Richard Carr that is in that machine.
Yeah, so all been led out there by Byron Mitchell, followed there by Dee-Jay Booysen. And see there it says Beaumont. I'm looking there, but it's probably not. It's not going to be Andy Rackstraw. I'd like to see who it is that he's out there in his car. And we'll try and pick up. It's James Beaumont that's actually riding that car. So James Beaumont, that's probably why we don't have that pursuance up at the front end of the circuit there, on the sharp end of the field. But Beaumont having a bit of fun out there with Troy Dolenchek. That car, that race driver SA car, is a really very well prepped machine, prepared there by Claudio Piazzamusso. So he's having a lot of fun out there. James Beaumont, Troy Dolenchek sitting right up there behind him, giving him something to think about.
Well, he's doing a sterling job as Troy Dolenchek. Remember, the car ahead of him is full wings, front and rear. Here we have a Formula 4 that's very twitchy, that is following quite nicely over there as well. He might not finish as close at the end of the race, but still he's giving it a valiant effort.
I was talking to his dad Wally this morning. I listened to a conversation between him and Yuri Swat. They were talking about the tyre pressures and the stepping out of the car in the corners. Because it doesn't have any wing assistance, you're very dependent on tyre pressures. You don't want the back to step out. Now Troy, being a karter, he likes the back to step out in the corner, but you have that sort of fly behind you, steps out too much, you spin out. So, it's got to be just on the ragged edge. And this is how these guys like to drive.
Yeah, it's all about that precision. Ayrton Senna used to love driving on oversteer from his karting days, and Troy Dolenchek is demonstrating that right now as they cross the line. A 1:10.432 by Byron Mitchell is currently the fastest lap of the race. He's 10.8 seconds ahead of Dee-Jay Booysen at the moment. James Beaumont a further 9.2 seconds back.
We were talking earlier on about the Formula GTI. These times are very reminiscent of what those Reynolds used to put around the circuit bar. You can remember that back in the day, I think we were like 2012, round about there, when they had the championship. We had some of the top drivers in South Africa, the likes of Robert Volk and all that used to ride in those Formula GTIs. And they were all now in GTC and greater classes, some of them in Westbank V8s, etc. But this single-seater racing is true racing, open wheel to wheel, so to speak, and we see that sort of gang mid-pack. And if we go there, the likes there of Vice, Emerson, Knight, Somerville, Ramsey, Reino Pence, Kelly Fletcher out there, Hayden Elwood, they're all having a good scuffle.
Well, I see here it is Elroy Weiss that has been taken there by Zane Munson, that little orange GT Formula V, sorry. There they come now, the two Formula Vs nose to tail against each other, and that is the battle currently for 8th and 9th positions. But also as well, that is currently the Class C battle in this particular race. They got Wayne Knight 1.2 seconds behind. He's second in the class as well of Class B, but Engelbrecht is basically trundling around here in 7th position and leader of Class B at this time.
I mean, with a lady in between me, that's really giving them right to the running pressure.
The blue flags are frantically waving, Francois, because it's Byron Mitchell that's carving through the back markers, and he's interrupting a few private battles over here as well, because he just zooms between Munson and Elroy Weiss. Elroy Weiss is right back ahead in that battle again in the forefront of Class C, but look at how Munson comes right up to the back of him in turn 2. They're going to have to watch out for the likes of Somerville and Knight behind him. Reino Pence also in another battle of his own, ahead of Ramsey in 13th position, but 16.819 seconds that Mitchell has over Dee-Jay Booysen. Beaumont a further 16 seconds back. Dolanchek still holding it in there as well, and he's second in Class A at this time. But this little battle, as I say, over here as well, that's beautiful to watch coming towards us.
Now that battle being led out there by Elroy Weiss. He's got them all sort of perched up behind him, and he's got to make sure he chooses the right line. He's going to go ever so slightly defensive going into Batamina turn number 5, and you see him there, he's trying to hold them off, and Zane Amundsen going around his outside. That takes a lot. There's blue flags waving there for slow markers there now as Byron Mitchell squirms through them. But this little battle coming up towards us here, Byron, this is brilliant stuff. This is what you want to see in a racetrack, where people are giving each other a real go. Zane Amundsen, Elroy Weiss, they're coming down into turn number 1. Who's going to be the last of late breaks? It looks like Elroy's coming in. He goes in, but Zane up on the inside. Oh, brilliant stuff. You can't script this kind of stuff, can you?
No, you got as well, you got Cyril Somerville and Graham Knight in there joining in the Formula Ford Ray, and still keeping it ahead of them is Bertus Engelbrecht. But I just saw earlier on as well, a little bit further up the field, Damien White that's driving around in the GTI has been taken by his fellow GTI of Richard Cole, the Vodafone McLaren livery car. He is up now into 5th position, White down into 6th. Engelbrecht will be further back, of course. He's basically, you can't say on his own, he's still going on to the Tigerberg Straight now. It's the battle that's happening behind him. We could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have how many guys all in this nose-to-tail battle?
Yeah, brilliant stuff to watch here as they come through. Have a look here. The side pod missing on one of the cars there, but yeah, coming out of turn number 4, down the back straight, they make their way down towards Batamina, sort of line of stern as they make their way down. And the side pod there of that car ahead of them, one of the slow markers, might interfere, will probably most probably interfere with his handling, so he'll have to pull aside. You'll probably get blue flags as he comes down the main track. But have a look at that nice behind there. We can see the RDSA car Beaumont coming through. He works his way through past the group there. But that classy battle, Byron, it's heating up. It's looking very good as Elroy Weiss leads the back up.
You've got two mindsets there, Francois, because you've got the leaders coming through. They want to clear the traffic as quickly as possible. Then you have this traffic. They're having a private battle of their own. He's getting in the way of that.
Yeah, you know, like, what are you doing here? Why are you interrupting us? But that's basically it. I mean, as you said, Byron Mitchell, he's basically cleared out. He's checked out. He's down the road. 26 seconds ahead there of Dee-Jay Booysen. But this lot squirming here into Quarry Corner at the moment. Zane Amundsen now ahead again of Elroy Weiss. That is an epic battle. There's about a 5-car battle going down there. So we've got Elroy Weiss, Bertus Engelbrecht, Zane Amundsen, Knighton, Cyril Somerville, and a little bit further back we've got Ramsey, Reino Pence, Kelly Fletcher, Ricky Anderson. They all having a lot of fun out there. So it's good to see so many open wheelers on the circuit. We are down now to, we've got probably a last lap.
I see Byron Mitchell has taken the victory there, Francois.
There we go, checkered flag out for Byron Mitchell. So we'll wait now for the rest of the field to come through as they make their way up to the line. Dee-Jay Booysen will probably be coming over the line. Some of the cars crossing the line now under the checkered flag. That was Damien White, Richard Carr. There Dee-Jay Booysen crosses the line now. He gets second place. He's in Class A. And coming through now towards us is that battle. Oh, and look at this. Alroy White steps out here on car. And he crosses the line, and Damien White. Oh, brilliant stuff. Damien White, Richard Carr, Brad Sengelbrand, Alroy White, Zane Munson, Cyril Somerville.
And I'm telling you, Francois, I was just starting to think to myself, I thought that Zane Munson would be much happier at having been lapped, so you only have to do 7 laps so you can just get this all wrapped up. Not at all. Elroy Weiss on the last over there, just nudges it ahead of him. And I think what happens is, if you take a look at that, I think, okay, it was about a tenth of a second between the two of them. I thought it looked closer than that. Actually, no. It is actually 600ths of a second.
Yeah, it's a bit of a photo finish. So it reminds me of the old racehorsing you used to watch on Top Sport. You know, you get that like photo finish. You're going to feed it over to make sure it got away. Lovely stuff. Well, that was an exciting race. I reckon heat number 2 will probably provide a little bit more entertainment than we had because now they're
just warming up now.
Yeah, they've just felt each other out now. We'll take it down to heat number 2. We'll give each other a good run for it.
Well, you know, races get better through the day, just like commentators as well. We also get better through the day as well. I mean,
we like red wine.
We like red wine. Over time, it's just that fine gentleman that we are. But we'll be moving on now to our next race. I think we're going to be going on to GTI Challenge, no, Vietnam, the Mike's Place.